Previously on She-Hulk. She-Hulk got powers. Now, back to the show. This week we cover ground on setting up Jen the lawyer rather than Jen the Hulk. Or rather, it moves her into the superhero lawyer role. This is another setup episode, which actually feels like it should be an extension of the first episode. I wouldn't mind this normally, but this show has only 9 episodes. It's not terrible. I would have probably just moved some of this episode onto the last for a little better flow. Also, I would like to say that I heard this show is trying to draw inspiration from Ally McBeal. I don't see it right now except for the lawyer aspect, but if that is the case, will we be seeing a dancing baby? Maybe not. This would probably break the special effects budget given what we have so far. But moving along, something that She-Hulk is known for is her ability to break the fourth wall. She did this some in episode 1, and she does it a little here too. It doesn't really add anything to the episode though. I enjoyed when Frank Underwood from House of Cards did it. It was clever and he provided some extra context. Sure, Jennifer shows us some of her insecurities here, but it's nothing that we don't already know or pick up from the show already. It is also so infrequent and mundane that when it does happen, it takes a second to register it. So before getting into spoilers, I will just say that I give the episode a 7 out of 10. It's decent, but the show would have been better to give this a 1-hour premiere rather than 2 30-minute ones. Let's get into the summary. A news interview recaps the last episode, revealing the court crasher at the end of the episode as Tatiana, a superpowered social influencer who's been evading traffic police but decided to pull a Kool-Aid man into the inactive court as a better option. A news interview has a guy saying that Jen was like a Lady Hulk. A She-Hulk.
He said it! He said it!
She just gets accolade upon accolade, just like Bruce did when he first hulked out. And she pushes it away because she doesn't want this. But then Nikki says, hey, give the people what they want. So Jennifer walks into the bar as She-Hulk while lamenting the ridiculous name and how she's only a derivative of the real Hulk. Which she is, but she has a point. Tune in next week where we watch Jolly Green Long Mommy, attorney at law. Back to the show. Man lawyers myth that She-Hulk caused a mistrial because she hulked out during her final argument. He then says, I see a hot chick over there. I will go talk to it. It. Clearly, this guy is representing women as property in order to get back at Jennifer. So, I see. He is a jaded lover then. Nikki suggests that she should be an Avenger, after which Jen asks, do they have healthcare? Or maternity? At this, her lawyer boss shows up going, whoa, 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 we can't have that here, and fires her. Oh, and also because of the mistrial. I mean, how could she not see this coming? To be honest though, could she not have been put on some paperwork until they figure out how to best utilize her? She didn't break that wall down and try to kill the jury. She did a favor here. In fact, Jen in the courtroom would be a good way to not lose lawyers when Elton John shows up again. She is a good lawyer, right? And still has something to offer? It is only the hulking out that's the problem. Well, no other lawyer firm will hire her. She goes to a family dinner. The dad said he already told everyone so they won't bring it up. Naturally, someone does bring it up. Family dinner turns into a little bit of a crap show, of course, because it always has to in these shows. Jen's dad then takes her aside and delves deeper into her feelings. This is actually nice. He is sympathetic and tries to help her the best that he can. It at least shows that she has family that is willing to help her if she needs. And then she goes to a bar to drink. Then comes an ominous job offer. Opponent lawyer from her last trial comes over and says that he's forming a new division for a certain type of threat, the group of adventurous and very exceptional lawyers, or Gavel. She readily accepts and gets Nikki added as her paralegal. Do not do this. Always check the fine print when accepting a job. You would think a lawyer would know that. Maybe her boss was onto something. I bring this up because she walks into her fancy new corner office to find out she will be representing the Abomination, the dude that tried to kill her cousin back on the PlayStation 2. She tries to get out of it, but she is told either take the case or pack your case. Because you don't get the job. Also, how freaking tall is She-Hulk? She's supposed to be 6'7". She is simply towering over Holloway here, whose actor is 6 foot according to Google. Is this what I look like to everyone else? I'm 2 meters tall, by the way. She goes to the jail cell with Abomination, who I'll just call Emil, in case you didn't know that's his proper name. Emil says he has changed his life. He's begun writing poetry and tries to share his haikus with Jennifer, who doesn't want to hear him. He's really insistent on this. I feel like there's a Marvel joke here, but I missed it. Jennifer then calls Bruce to verify that there'd be no problem with taking on this case with Emil, but really just talks over him and decides to take the case anyway. Bruce is so mad and betrayed by this that he runs away in the spaceship that Jen almost hit. Talk about petty. Nah, he was cool with it. This is Stoner Hulk, by the way. Jen tells her boss that she'll take the job, only for him to reply with the turn on the TV cliche. She then turns on the TV to the exact channel at the exact time that Abomination is spotted as having escaped jail to fight in the Terminate from Shang-Chi. And scene. Oh, and there's a post-credit scene where Jennifer is doing household chores like hanging a TV because she can carry 7 huge water bottles at once. I laughed so hard I cried. So what is my spoiler-ridden takeaway? I would have had her fired at the end of the first episode. In fact, that would have been a better post-credit scene than the travesty we got. Okay, you know what? Those Captain America jokes didn't sit well with me. The first episode is a 5 out of 10. But back on here, this week we got a 7 out of 10 because there's nothing too offensive here, and the setup is in place to have Emil's case be the primary focus of the season. That's good. We only have 3.5 hours of runtime left, so Emil's case can be fully fleshed out while Jennifer has her personal issues with being a superhero dealt with. Let me know what your thoughts and concerns are, and be sure to subscribe.